Started from the bottom, now I'm climbing to the skies. From the ghetto to the mansion where money never lies. Turn and change the cheddar, it's my natural endeavor. Stacks getting fatter, I'm getting better than ever. Betting on fights, I'm the king of the ring. Flipping coins to dollars, it's my new favorite thing. Props and parlays got the game on my side. Turn $5 into big money worldwide. Used to count every penny, struggle was relentless, but now I'm on a mission, breaking down all the fences. I'm on top of the world, I'm stopping this ascent. My rise to fame, my journey from the pits.
And welcome here. The green lights are on, baby. And you know what that means. It's Friday right before a UFC fight. And it's before a UFC pay-per-view. So everyone welcome D Rose to the show, because I'm not going to be the only one doing this for a UFC pay-per-view. Everyone welcome to none other than where we try to make some money on this show, trying to turn some change into some cheddar, baby. Change the cheddar, where we try to, make some money on the fights this weekend. What we are going to do is go through every single one of the fights, prelims to main card. I'm going to give you all of my personal picks and what I think are solid plays on the fights from bottom to top. I'm going to allow D-Rose. I'm not going to allow D-Rose. D-Rose is going to give you our plays if he has any as well. We'll get you guys' take in the comments as well. And then at the end of the show, or midway through the show, I'll give you my personal bets. D-Rose has given me 2 to share with you as well. And then at the end of the show, we've got some cards that we are going to be putting up for giveaway this weekend if you, the members, can predict a fight correctly. And I'll probably let D-Rose pick that as well, because it's the right thing to do, right, D-Rose? Let D-Rose pick the fights for the members to decide. So
I like the pressure of being able to, hey, what fight am I going to choose? So I'll be kind of looking up and down, trying to make sure I choose a good one.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, D-Rose, let's shout out the chat real quick, and then we'll chat for a few moments. We got Jay Wolf in here yelling for Lush. And then we got Tim dropping the money bags. We got Mo Bear saying, "Don't be silly, jump the gill." And we got Lush replying to Jay Wolf. we got Riley saying, "Boys, we're all here. Sir. We're all here. Nothing better than a Friday evening before pay-per-view. We made it. Indeed, we did, Austin." We've got Daniel Aker in here with the LFG. Lush Lush change the cheddar with the boys. Indeed. D-Rose has loved to show off that shirt. And here we go, says Mo Bear. Jay Wolf says, "How's your night going, brother?" Asking Lush, and then asking, "What's up, everyone?" We got D Hunt. What's going on, D Hunt? Appreciate you stopping by tonight, brother. We got Riley. Let's see that shirt, D. Okay, that's why you're showing. Honestly, pretty bad.
Sir.
But gotta pop in for the live. Sorry to hear that, Lush, man, but I appreciate you stopping by, man, and hopefully we can give you some entertainment while you're here, brother. Wearing the maybe D-Rose shirt, but maybe Paulo Costa shirt. This is Paulo Costa, Secret Juice, but as I don't know. I forgot where I got that. Dude, it was a dumb shirt. Anyway, we've got Jay Wolf. All right, and then Islam by KO. Okay, well, that being said, yeah, man, D-Rose, how have you been over the past couple of days, brother? And are you excited for the fights this weekend, man?
Yeah, I gotta say that I know I told you Wednesday that I'm excited for the fights, but I wasn't really like super pumped up. But now that it's starting to get a little bit closer, Islam and Dawson having the kind of heated face off at the other day after the press conference, I kind of put a little bit more fire into it, man. And I'm not gonna lie, got me kind of fired up, man. I know the odds are stacked against Poirier, but man, I just love the story behind it all. And I think the closer it gets, the more excited I'm getting for it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be pumped up come tomorrow.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And we gotta have Lush staying positive. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone, shout out. Everyone, give your thoughts out to Lush. He's been going through kind of a rough time right now. So just, give your thoughts with Lush. He is a big part of the channel. And I don't want to see Lush in a rough place, because we need Lush. We need Lush. He is very important here to the channel. So with that being said, D Rose, do you want to talk about anything before we get into the fights for this weekend?
Well, I'd say on a side note to that, Lush, keep your head up, brother. Hope everything goes well with you, and prayers to you. I don't know what you guys believe in. I'm a believer in God, and I'm a man of prayer. So yeah, definitely praying for you, and hope everything that you're going through gets resolved and whatnot. And yeah, no, I'm trying to think if I had anything off the top of my head. No, really don't have anything else, man. I'm kind of pumped up going through some of the bets and stuff like that. As I sent you, I got a couple of plays that I'm confident in, but as far as like the whole slate of the card, man, it's going to be a lot of leans. It's not going to be a lot of confidence picks, because it's hard to find a lot of value for me on this card.
All right. So let's get into it. And you know how YouTube, you guys, likes to take me offline for literally being on YouTube with no sound or anything. And that's just what YouTube likes to do. They won't be doing it this weekend, because your boy took the time. I spent hours earlier preparing for this damn show so we wouldn't get booted off this week for the pay-per-view. So with that being said, we will jump into the first fight of the night, being Andre Lima versus Mitch Raposo. Andre Lima minus 265, Mitch Raposo plus 210, the dog. D-Rose actually picked Mitch Raposo to win this fight, but let's take a look at the face-off, D-Rose, because I got it prepared, man. I'm proud of myself. Look at that. The weigh-in photos on the left there are from the official weigh-in this morning, and obviously the face-off photos are from the official, not the ceremonial face-offs when they actually faced off this afternoon. One note to be made on this fight is Andre Lima did miss weight. He weighed in at 130 pounds, D-Rose. So if you want to say he missed by 4 or 5 pounds, either one, he missed weight by 5 pounds. But fight still taking place. Yeah, Mitch Raposo continued to take the fight. I guess we'll see if the fight actually happens tomorrow. But any thoughts and opinions on the face-offs or the weigh-ins?
Yeah, well, I thought the crazy thing was the weight miss. And if I'm being honest, a lot of times when fighters miss weight like that, you end up seeing that, later on the fight ends up getting canceled, or the fight ends up getting rescheduled. But I was surprised that, even with the weight miss as big as it was, that they were still willing to keep the fight going and make it a catch weight. So surprised to really see the UFC hang on with that. But honestly, it might make me a little bit more confident in Mitch Raposo, just because I think he didn't look as tired on the scale as you maybe thought someone would if they're going through a tough weight cut. But I would say that if he ended up having a bad weight cut before he went to cut those final few pounds, that could lead in the favor of Mitch Raposo. But of course we won't know until the fight happens. But that'll be interesting to see.
So you don't have any other lean or play here? Are you going to stick with Mitch Raposo as the dog?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Mitch Raposo. The only thing that does worry me a little bit is because I could see Mitch Raposo trying to potentially use some wrestling. And hey, with the weight miss coming in with those few extra pounds, he might be Andre Lima might be a little bit tougher to potentially throw around. I think the value is on Mitch Raposo right now. Kind of more buying into the hype from John Anik, if I'm being completely honest here. John Anik has kind of put the battery in his dude's back for me. So, and Andre Lima didn't super impress me last time. He just ended up getting an odd victory. So, I think the value's on him. If there's anything else that I'm willing to play, a lot of their fights don't go past that 2.5 mark. But it's flyweights in the UFC. Those tend to typically hit more often than not. And the over is at 2.5 at -154 on FanDuel right now. So if I had to lean betting wise, I would probably lean towards that. Or as far as the winner, I'd take Mitch Raposo at +210 right now, just for the sake of the odds.
All right, fair enough. For me, it is Lima decision or Lima 3 or decision. Lima decision +175. Lima 3 decision is +120. I just think Mitch Raposo I think he's beaten cans and that's it. It was like, I don't think he's beaten anyone good. And then when he was on the Contender Series, like it didn't look good at all, to be honest. So I don't know, dude. I'm gonna go with the person that I've seen look good 2 times, in my personal opinion now, even though you don't think so. I thought he looked good, and I think he's the bigger guy, going to be carrying extra weight. I think he might have to move up to 135 maybe because he can't make 125. So he might be the bigger guy tomorrow in there, probably in there like 145 pounds. Going to be fighting a guy that's maybe like 132, 133, something like that. He's just going to be a much bigger guy. So give me Andre Lima to win this fight via decision. It doesn't look like you guys have anything to say about this fight in the chat. So we will move on to the next fight, which is going to be, dude, this might be the main event of the night. Dude, this might be fight of the night, dude. I've seen so much social media around this damn fight. It doesn't make sense.
I'm trying to keep the hair on the back of my neck standing up. I'm trying to keep it like sitting down right now.
Yeah, it is Aileen Nurmagomedov Perez taking on Jocelyn Edwards. Aileen Perez, a -200 favorite.
And here's my Aileen Perez shirt. No, I'm kidding. I don't have an Aileen Perez shirt.
Aileen Perez -200, our favorite, and Jocelyn Edwards +160. Do you have, or I guess let's pull up the weigh-ins right here. The official weigh-ins this morning. Aileen Perez looked fired up, was up there yelling and such. On the other hand, Jocelyn Edwards used the box of shame, but she did make 136 pounds, dude. And I don't know, you can't really see it too great there on the little small picture. But if you look real close, dude, Jocelyn Edwards was absolutely fucking dialed, dude. She is shredded, man. So I understand why she had trouble making weight, dude. I don't think I've seen her have abs like that. I haven't seen many females outside of like Jasmine Haregi have abs like that, dude. So maybe Natalia Silva, dude, but Jocelyn Edwards is shredded this week, and it makes me more confident in the play, and she looks to be the bigger girl of the two. Hopefully she's ready to stop some takedowns for the first round, make Aileen Perez tired, and then once that happens, she's ready to take over in the third. I personally like Jocelyn Edwards as the dog +160 here. I do like fight goes to distance at -240 if you're not really confident in one of the girls winning, because I do think both of them are probably going to try to finish each other, give it their all in the first round, and then they're kind of going to be gassed the other two rounds, and they're not really going to have the gas to finish each other, to be honest, because both these girls really want to take the other one's head off. So Jocelyn Edwards decision is +300. Aileen Perez decision is +100. But dude, Jocelyn Edwards +160 as the dog, and then as decision plus 300, dude. Give me Jocelyn Edwards via decision. And I saw on DraftKings, dude, Jocelyn Edwards via split decision is plus 900, dude. That's going to be getting some of my money this weekend. You have to have DraftKings to play this the split decision prop, dude. But plus 900, dude, you could bet $10 on it and win $100 if Jocelyn Edwards wins via split decision this weekend. So, yeah, give me Jocelyn Edwards via decision. I'll pull the weigh-in photos back up, and I'll let you say anything, D-Rose.
Yeah, I would say the only thing, Jocelyn Edwards on the scale, she does look shredded, but she looks depleted. Like, she looks like she has no energy versus where maybe Aileen Perez is put on the front, but hey, she looks like she's got a lot of energy to me. So I'm still going to stick on my pick of her at winning. Her at money line minus 188 right now is that's a tough ask right now for me. But I'm with you as far as a decision prop. I'm probably going to end up playing that in a couple of different plays for this fight to go to distance, because I do think that, as you said, I do think that there's a very good chance that this fight does go to decision. I mean, let's be honest. Most women's bantamweight, outside of like Kayla Harrison or somebody like that, most of these fights are going to go to decision because most of these women don't really have that much finishing ability in the bantamweight division. So yeah, I love that minus 240. That's definitely a good parlay piece right there. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be, if I play anything on this, it's definitely going to be the fight go to distance.
Yeah, man. But are you still on Aileen Perez to win the fight? Because this is in the pick chant for the week for the Bean Boozled, dude. You might be having to eat these tomorrow night after the fight, man.
Yes, I am confident in Aileen Perez because, to me, Jocelyn Edwards looked depleted on the scale. I think that can lead to her maybe having a lack of energy, as you said, maybe blowing her wad in the first round, and then all of a sudden having no gas to finish the rest of the fight, and Aileen Perez just put the pressure on from there. So
I guess I'm just curious how you're confident that, dude.
I just think Jocelyn Edwards is ass. I just think Jocelyn Edwards is ass. Okay. That's simple. I just don't have any confidence in picking Jocelyn Edwards to win the fight. I don't.
I guess I've just seen so many people be like, dude, Aileen Perez is going to finish Jocelyn Edwards. I'm like, well, she didn't finish Ashley Evans Smith in her last fight. She didn't fight for like 5 years. So I to be fair, Ashley, think so.
Ashley Evans Smith is a dog, though. So, I mean, and plus, again, it's women's bantamweight. I mean, if you're not Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison, Irene Aldana, you're not really finishing anybody. I mean, Rocky's not finishing anybody. Mara Buena Silva got a lucky ass submission. Other than that, dude, women's bantamweight are not finishers at all. None of them have killer instincts at all. It's easily the worst women's division in the whole sport.
Yeah, I agree. So me and Dero split on this fight, but we both like it to go to decision at minus 240. Solid parlay piece. We'll move on to the next fight, which is a very tan Mickey Gall taking on Basel Hafez. Mickey Gall plus 300, Basel Hafez minus 400. Yeah, D Rose. For some reason, I don't have a great feeling about this fight. I am going to go Hafez decision at plus 165 or Hafez 3 or decision at plus 110, but I really don't want to put this in my parlays, to be honest. For some reason, I'm like, oh no, dude, just something about this fight. It just rubs me the wrong way. But I am going to stick with Basel Hafez to win this fight. Which way are you going here, man?
I'm also going to stick with Basel Hafez, but I am 100% with you, and I think the face-off actually made me even more concerned because I didn't realize Mickey Gall was, kind of the same size. And from a lot of what I've heard from Basel Hafez is like, I've heard Anthony Smith talk about, how good of a grappler he is and stuff like that. But Mickey Gall's a pretty good grappler too. Like, he's not that great of a striker. So if this ends up turning into a grappling match, like. No, I didn't. Oh gosh. Yeah. But no, I am 100% with you in the fact that I am not confident in this. I'm fading this fight completely. To me, the reason why is because, dude, Basel Hafez at minus 390, like, there's no reason why him and Mickey Gall pretty much have the same amount of fights. Mickey Gall's been in the UFC longer, but Basil Hafez is a minus 390 favorite because he had a decent performance against Jack Della Maddalena, because Jack Della Maddalena kept going for a guillotine like an idiot and kept putting himself in bad positions to where he finally would end up getting up. But if it wasn't for that, yeah, that would have been a clean sweep from JDM. Yeah, I can't lay like that heavy of money. I am with you as far as maybe going Basil Hafez at plus 165 by decision. But other than that, nothing playable here for me at all.
All right, so we will keep it short and sweet on that one then. So with that being said, we'll move on to the next fight, which is the Fresh Prince, Phil Rowe, taking on the Celtic Kid, Jake Matthews, dude. Yeah, man, both fighters looked good this morning on the weigh-ins, and for some reason, I've probably picked Phil Rowe in every Phil Rowe fight, to be honest. I like sneakily though, like not even really noticing, but I'm going to pick him again here. He's the dog again here, dude. Phil Rowe plus 134, the dog. Jake Matthews minus 164. The favorite fight to go the distance is minus 124. I also personally like this fight to start round 3, a solid parlay piece at minus 200. But if you want to get a little bit crazy, Phil Rowe by points is plus 400, or Phil Rowe 3 or decision is plus 290. Yeah, man, I like Phil Rowe here. I like the Fresh Prince. I know you're the other way here, but yeah, man, I'm going to stick with my pick, Phil Rowe by points at plus 400. That's the way I'm going. Which way are you going here, man?
So I did tell you the other day that when I made the pick of Jake Matthews, I was a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. I like the way they sized up. I thought that Jake Matthews, for some reason, was going to be a lot smaller. Obviously, Phil Rowe's 6'3", so he's going to be one of those dudes who are just going to be huge for that division. But there are definitely plenty of guys like Neil Magny as well at that height.
I almost dropped my mouse and I clicked the next one.
Yeah,
there we go.
But no, I think Jake Matthews has fought, big dudes as well. I think I told you it puts me in the mind of kind of like the Simmelsberger fight. I think if he's able to avoid the big power from Phil Rowe, I do think he's able to get it done. So I think him at minus 162 right now, money line. I'm going to be looking to put that in a couple of parlays. And I will say, Jake Matthews, his last win is by a submission as far as his last finish. And him by submission right now is plus 600 on FanDuel. So I will maybe a little long shot, maybe throw a little $5 to it or what's up. I know Phil Rowe has not been submitted before in his career, so I know that's the thing. But I could see Phil Rowe potentially wanting to get into a clinch exchange with him. Jake Matthews ends up getting an advantageous position on the ground and maybe getting a rear naked choke. Plus 600, hey, I think that's absolutely worth the odds. So I might throw a little something at that as well.
What the fuck?
Oh shit! Dude. That it was just that blown away by my analysis that it was Jesus. Like, oh, we can't take it,
dude. Dude, like Patty fucking twerked off the wall, dude. Maybe it's a sign, like Alien Perez fucking. Dude, I got teabagged by Patty midstream, dude. Someone's got to clip that, dude. I don't know what happened.
That shit just fell apart. I mean, Patty was breaking it down to my analysis.
Yeah, I guess so, man. So, sorry, man. You might have to give me just a moment to get
what the hell, lad?
Situated for a second, dude. That was crazy.
What the hell, lad?
That was nuts, man. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Crazy, dude. I cannot believe that happened.
The whole set's coming apart, guys.
No, we bike. We bike, baby. All right, so you are doing Phil Rowe. I mean, I'm doing Phil Rowe via points plus 400, but I personally like as a solid parlay piece here. I like this fight to start round 3 at minus 200. That's what I'll probably be parlaying up. So what's your thoughts on the fight to start round 3? There's 14 comments. I must have missed a lot. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, to start round 3, I could see that, because I was kind of potentially leaning towards Jake Matthew round 3 or decision, just in case if he does end up getting it done by decision. But yeah, to start round 3, yeah, I'd like that.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm all right, yo. I don't know what happened. It's like the wind. Like, I don't know. There might be a ghost in here. Who knows? Yeah, I'm good. Lush. Haleen worked that shit off the wall.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is the Funko good? Luckily, I think that's DC. Yeah, that one's DC. My John Jones ones didn't fall, so that one's the expensive one. So I should probably put that one in a case, to be honest. I have some Funko cases. I had the Khabib one in a little like hard little case. It's got some dust on it, but I should probably put the John Jones one in a little case, because dude, like when I actually got this shit, it was like I think like $8, and then for a while it was like 80, like $100. I was like, who's paying that much for that little toy? I only paid $8 for that thing. But
people are fucking obsessed with them things, man.
Yeah.
People having like whole like closet fulls and like shelves full and walls full of them, dude. I've seen a couple like videos.
What is happening to our members, dude? I tuned in for the first time in a while. I see Matt got hit by an illegal shot. No, Solid 6. I was reading that, and I'm like, I swear I might be dyslexic a little bit, and I thought you said you got hit by an illegal shot. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is happening? I got teabagged, yeah, for the most part. Like I said, not the midnight, yeah, but that thing's in a giant. That thing's inside, and it wouldn't surprise me if those things were terrible anyway. I miss you, boys. Been working hard making that bread. That's what's up, Silent 6. I'm glad you've been making that money, brother.
That's what it's
about. Matt shirt has me laughing so hard. Secret juice. All right, missed you, my guy. Hell yeah. I'm glad to see Silent 6 back in the chat, my guy. Yeah, we've been missing you around all the way from Australia. All right. Now that dude, this went off the rails quick, dude. My set started falling apart midstream. Jesus Christ. All right. So that was Jake Matthews versus Phil Rowe, dude. Yeah. We're going to move on to Joe Zeleski versus Grant Dawson, one that I personally don't have too much to say on here. Grant Dawson up top here, also very tan, but also down at American Top Team where they have the tan water. Joe Zeleski at the bottom. These fighters are both the same fighter, except Grant Dawson is a much better fighter of that said fighter. For me, I'm going Grant Dawson 3-or decision here at minus 165. But currently, props for this fight, Grant Dawson minus 520. What I say earlier in the week, D-Rose, Joe Zeleski plus 370, dude. What I say earlier in the week, I said he'll be minus 500 by Friday. 520 right now. So I'm glad I got him at minus 300 parlayed up, because he's going to win, man. So Grant Dawson, 3-or decision right now, minus 165. That's my only play for this. If he wins, it's usually 3-or decision. When he gets finishes, it's usually in the 3rd round, or he wins by decision. So Grant Dawson 3-or decision on minus 165 for me. What about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, I am with you. I do think, again, I'm going to still lean with Grant Dawson here. I just think it's funny, and I guess I was kind of thinking about it after I had mentioned how I kind of lost a little bit of confidence in him after the Bobby Green fight. And it's just funny how much his stock just went down after that loss. Like what that one loss really did for him as far as how UFC fans thought about him going forward. I do still think he's the better version of Joe Zeleski as far as being a better wrestler. I think Joe Zeleski is a little bit more versatile with the submissions, but I do think Grant Dawson still should be able to get it done. I just cannot pull the trigger on betting anything towards a victory with him. So the only thing that I would really feel comfortable with, I could see it turned into a wrestling fest as long as Joe Zeleski really doesn't give up his back, because Grant Dawson is really good with the rear naked chokes. But as long as he does not give up his back by any means, where Grant Dawson can get that rear naked choke, I could see it going to decision. So the over right now at 2.5 is minus 190. So as far as a little parlay piece, that's probably going to be the only lean that I really play towards this fight.
All right. So Silent Six, pretty much agreeing with you. Grant Dawson is 100% not losing. Yeah, we are all on Grant Dawson. But hey, he's a minus 520 favorite. If you're trying to parlay him straight up now, man, what's it really going to add at minus 520? I'd probably just leave it out of your parlay at this point, to be honest, though. So we'll move on to the next one, which is a fun one. We've got Cesar Almeida taking on Roman Kopilov. Cesar Almeida is currently, well, I might have these out of order because you know what? Do I have them out of order, D-Rose? You know what? Let's just do this just in case.
No,
just in case.
that's Cesar. I mean, from what I'm looking at on
okay, because I have these like written down
right now, yeah,
two separate ways. Okay, so Cesar Almeida, minus 122, your favorite, and Roman Kopilov officially plus 100, the dog, dude. Yeah, this is a fight where I guess I leaned Roman Kopilov very heavy earlier in the week. I guess now that he's the dog, I guess Cesar Almeida getting a lot of love. It kind of makes me kind of step back from being like, Roman Kopilov is for sure going to win this fight. Now I'm kind of like, what's a parlay piece for this fight? Personally, I like this fight to start round 2 at minus 330. This fight to start round 3 at minus 132. I don't mind that either. But I am still going to pick Roman Kopilov to win the fight, and he is, I like the dog, so plus 100. But Roman Kopilov, 3 or decision plus 260. Don't hate that. But if you want to if you're confident on it, I was confident on it earlier in the week. Roman Kopilov KO 2 or 3 is plus 500 on FanDuel. But I'm probably leaning more toward Kopilov via points now at plus 390. So a lot said there. Yeah, a lot on that fight. I probably have parlayed up the fight to start round 2 and 3 in a few. And then in some of my long shots, I probably have Kopilov via points. So that's where I'm going. Kopilov via points. The Rose, which way are you going?
Yeah, man, I guess the more I think about this fight, Roman Kopilov, again, he does have the more UFC experience, but of course, again, as we said, Cesar Almeida has all that kickboxing experience, and yeah, man, I mean, right now on FanDuel, they're both minus 108, so it's literally even right now as far as the money line goes. Man, Cesar Almeida kind of scares me. I'm not gonna lie, just because I mean we saw how dangerous he was in his last fight, and for Roman Kopilov, you know, he does tend to start a little bit slower as well. Again, that nose dude. Roman Kopilov's nose looks like a worn out boot. Like, dude, that thing is that thing looks like an old, worn out steel toe work boot, dude. And that thing is worn to death. I mean, that is a dude who is not afraid to go in there and fight. I'm still going to stick with Roman Kopilov. That minus 108 is good enough for me to personally start to throw into a parlay. And I am with you as well on the Roman Kopilov right now on FanDuel for him to get a KO in rounds 2 or 3 is plus 450. I like that play as well, but the line has gone down a little bit since that last note. But I'd still like that play as well because I could see a Roman Kopilov.
So it was
maybe
played,
round 2 body kick.
Yeah. So all of these I got right after like the ceremonial, like the face off. So it's probably like 6 o'clock is when I like wrote all this shit down, made all these damn like little things. Like I did everything, and so I had it ready, and then now all the lines they haven't changed too much. They're still
plus 450 is
relatively
still good. It's plus 450 is still good value, but just letting you know
Yeah.
that line has changed since you last made that note earlier.
Well,
just to point that out.
I guess that's good for me because I got the value on it. Would back Kopilov to win and start round 2. Yeah, that makes sense for me as well. D Hunt, worn out boo got me right in the giggle button.
Dude, it looks absolutely awful, dude. Like just mushed.
All right. So we'll move on to the other Almeida, which is Jailton Almeida, and he's going to be taking on this fat slob that is Roman Kopilov, dude. Do you remember? That's what I was about to ask you. Do you remember how high on Roman Kopilov I was, dude? When I just saw him just coming in there, it was like he was in the WWE. And these dudes were willingly just like getting suplex, dude. He's just like taking them to Suplex City. Just like
the heavyweight Chris Benoit.
Just Suplex City. Just boom. Just throwing these heavyweight men around, dude. And then it's like he got some money, dude, and just started eating, dude. Maybe that's what happened to Andre Lima, dude. He got $50,000 and spent it all on food, and then he just he just can't make weight anymore. He spent that $50,000 on food, and yeah, dude. I guess once Romanov got in shape for that one fight, dude, he just looked like absolute just fat slob after that, man, and he has absolutely no fucking cardio, dude. And I can't say I'm a fan of him at this point anymore. I'm to this point where I'm just going to be like, all of his fights are just going to go under. Whatever the under is, I'm just going to pick under in it because unless he's fighting an absolute bottom of the barrel fighter, he's probably not going to win. So right now, Jailton Almeida, or earlier, Jailton Almeida minus 310, Roman Kopilov plus 240. As a parlay piece, I like this to go under 1.5 at minus 120. I like Jailton to win in round 1 or 2 at Jailton to win in round 1 or 2 at minus 105. And the sneaky play I have for this fight is Jailton KO 1 or 2 at plus 450. D-Rose, anything on this fight?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to assume that Jailton is probably going to end up, again, I told you the other day that I think he's a better striker, but I do think that he ends up going in there and kind of using a little bit more of his wrestling. That's why, I mean, he could get the ground and pound, but I do think that he's just so stubborn. Yeah, I think he's so stubborn with getting the submissions, and I could see Romanov being a guy who, he has been TKO'd before. I could see if he's down on the ground, getting ground and pounded like that, him giving up his back and maybe giving up a choke. Or it could be just an absolute slop fest of a fight, and these dudes are just rolling around on the ground. And Jailton could be just holding Romanov down for 15 minutes. Who knows? So for me, I still think Jailton wins, and you can bet double chance for method of victory for Jailton Almeida. You can get it by submission or on points right now on FanDuel at minus 145. So I don't have too strong of leans because I think both of these dudes in their last few outings have been pretty disappointing. Even Jailton Almeida in the win against Derek Lewis was still pretty disappointing because he just laid on top of Derek Lewis for all 5 rounds. So,
yeah, I just think it's like Derek Lewis has the cardio to go 3 and 5 rounds. I don't think Romanov has the cardio to even go 3 rounds, man. Even if he's not doing anything, it's like, dude, in that 3rd round, if any illegal shot is thrown, if he gets flicked in the cup, dude, he's out of there. He's out, dude. That's it. That's it. He's done, dude. He's looking for a way out in that 3rd round, man. This fight, I don't I don't think it even gets to the third round, man. I think Romanov's going to be gassed about 14 seconds into the first round once he's been taken down 3 times and realized, damn, this dude can take me down and I'm bigger than him. I just think Romanov's got absolutely no gas tank, dude. But yeah, I guess I see what you're saying, but we need Jailton to
Imagine
lay
if
there.
Jailton just lay and prayed.
I know. We need Jailton to lay there, but we also need Romanov to not try to get up either. So that's a lot to ask for.
No, I mean, as you said, Romanov is a guy who does like to, give up in a fight. So, dude, if he's just tired and on his back, he's like, dude, fuck it.
Which is why I don't mind the KO prop. Just elbow him, dude. That's why the KO 1-2 I don't mind. I might even entertain the KO 2 or 3 now that we're talking about it.
Yeah, but when you bring up the Derek Lewis fight for Jailton Almeida, you could say he could have done the same thing then, but we literally watched him lay on top of him for all 5 rounds. It was brutal. So again, not a super confident play at all. I'm not super confident in this play, but if I do have a lean on this fight, it'll probably be that. And if I'm being honest, I'm probably not going to play too much of this fight to begin with.
What is Jailton KO 2 or 3? Really, do I have to put in my code? But
do you think 2 or 3 is a possibility? I mean, right now you can get Jailton Almeida. I got it right here. KO 2 or 3 at plus 850. Wow.
It's probably worth a $10. You would win 95 back if you put 10 on it. It's not terrible. It's probably worth a shot. Yeah, I'm going. Me personally, I'm going Jailton KO 1 or 2. Probably going to happen in that second round once Romanov is absolutely gassed. Though, let's move on to the next fight, which is one that we are split on. We might have to eat beans for this one, man. We do have Rude Boy Randy Brown. He is going to be taking on Oleksiejczuk, Zeleski, Capoeiro, Dos Santos, dude. And dude, for being 37, man, he looks pretty fucking good. Not going to lie, man. And dude, in his past few fights, he's been dogging it out, man. He's been kind of beating the shit out of dudes. He might get hurt in the first against Renat Fakhretdinov, but guess what? Look at him in the third in that fight, almost finishing Renat Fakhretdinov. When Randy Brown wins against not Muslim Salikov, it's usually by decision. And if you're going to give Oleksiejczuk 3 rounds, dude, I think he would maybe land more damage in each one of those rounds, dude, where the judges would have to give it to him, man. Yeah. Currently odds for this fight, minus 184 Randy Brown, Oleksiejczuk, plus 148. I like as a parlay piece of this fight to go the distance at minus 122, or this fight to start round 3 at minus 192. But personally, I like Zeleski money line at plus 148. Or Zeleski points at plus 350. I don't hate any of those. I'll probably have Zeleski parlayed up in my doggy by points parlay that I show y'all at the end of the show. But Zeleski by points is which way I'm going here. You sticking with Randy Brown?
I am going to stick with Randy Brown. I think, again, Zeleski Dos Santos, he is super dangerous. But again, Randy Brown is normally a fighter who uses his reach very well. I think Renat Fakhretdinov, while it was a very good performance for Dos Santos in his last fight, I think Fakhretdinov was a little too eager to go for that finish there in the first round, and I think he's just a little bit inexperienced in the UFC. I think we both were kind of waiting for him, Fakhretdinov, to kind of have that first UFC loss came to a dude who's fought in the UFC for a long time in Dos Santos, but Randy Brown is also fought a lot of tough competition.
It was a draw at the end of the day. So it's like, he still didn't even get that loss.
yeah, true. Because it was a 10-8 third round when Renat won the first 2, but not the first loss, but kind of like the first real test for him in the UFC. And but I think for Randy Brown has also had a bunch of tough tests, and he may have come up short in a couple of the tough challenges, but I do think at this point he's fought a little bit tougher competition than where Dos Santos is at this point. For me personally, I still like Randy Brown by decision. You can get that on FanDuel right now at plus 175. I think for me, that's my strongest lean. The line on this fight is actually dropping. I actually got it at a worse odd earlier because it has now came down to minus 178. So there is money coming in on the dog right now for Dos Santos. But for me personally, I still like Randy Brown to win.
All right. What's your thoughts on my 2 parlay pieces at this fight to start round 3 at minus 192 and the fight to go the distance at minus 122?
Yeah. I mean, I think Randy Brown by decision. So, I think both those plays are perfect and right in line. And even if the fight is close and Dos Santos is going crazy in the 3rd round like he did in his last fight or whatever, there could be a potential of that as well. And that round 3 still to hit. So, I do think there's a chance that more often than or more than likely it'll go to decision. So those are good plays.
All right. So we'll move on to the next fight, which is move to the main card. It is the hybrid Niko Price taking on the great white Alex Morono, dude. And Alex Morono up there still looking like a bag of milk as he usually does. Niko Price up there tan as well. Dude, Niko Price has huge shoulders and arms, dude, and they're so pointy. Yeah. I don't know what it is about it. Niko Price still in shape, dude, has like fucking 30 kids. He has to win to support his kids, but I just don't see it happening, man. Personally, the odds for this fight, Niko Price plus 205, Alex Morono minus 260. I like Alex Morono 3 or decision at plus 150. Alex Morono money line as a parlay piece. Or if you want to get a little tricky, I don't mind Alex Morono KO 2 or 3 at plus 550. What are your thoughts on this one, D-Rose?
Yeah, I do think, again, Niko Price, one of those warriors who put on banger after banger of fights, and we appreciate and love him for it. But I do think that Alex Morono should be able to get it done here. I am with you as far as Alex Morono by decision. I do have that in a couple of parlays. So I will say I'm pretty confident in Alex Morono this weekend. I think a sneaky one as well is because we have seen Niko Price in fights against Vicente Luque and others in the past where he has been clubbed and subbed. He's not immune to getting submitted. And Alex Morono, one of his best finishes as far as submissions is he's got a nasty guillotine, man. So I could see an opportunity where he maybe rocks Niko Price. Niko Price shoots for a takedown, and Alex Morono just snaps in that nasty guillotine and gets a submission. You can get him by submission right now, Alex Morono, at plus 500. And that is one of his best submissions that he's got. So, plus 500 for me. I think that's a good little worth a 10 for me just for the chance, but I'm pretty confident in Alex Morono getting it done again by money line at minus 250. I still think that's pretty good value right now, basically comparing where they are in their careers right now.
Yeah, I got you on that. I see what you're saying. However, I think I have a hard time seeing Niko Price get rocked at this point and not just going to sleep. There's a chance he could be knocked out when Tate puts the Vaseline on him. He might just like slump over, dude. So with that being said, I'm glad we're both on Alex Morono. However, I don't know, man. I keep dropping my mouse and I just click buttons on it. All right, man. So we'll move on to the next fight, which is the featured fight of the night and one that I'm personally excited for. It is the Trailblazer, Kevin Holland, taking on Hussar Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I like Lord Mikhail Oleksiejczuk better, but dude,
same.
Dude, you can't tell me this dude it needs to be a 185. Just look at it. He's flexing up there, dude. And knowing Kevin Holland comfortably makes a 170, dude, it makes me think, dude, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, maybe even might need to go down to 155, dude. Dude, imagine him knocking out dudes at 205 and then eventually ended up down at 155. Like the reverse Rumble Johnson, dude. like Jared Cannonier, but like at a lower level.
much dude. Well, dude, a bigger, like, I would make the argument the bigger cut from 205 to 155. I mean, at least at heavyweight, Cannonier was like 230, then 205 to 185. I mean, dude, 205 to 155, that'd be nuts.
I don't
But yeah,
know,
that's
man.
absolutely crazy.
I guess I just every time I see him, I'm like, dude, he's too small for this weight class. It's at 185. I for sure think he at least needs to go down to 170, dude. And this fight kind of proves it, man. I just think I just don't feel great about anyone picking Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I actually ran into Caesar on an airplane trip to Mexico. Got to pick with him. He's great. That's what's up, man. I probably wouldn't have recognized him to be honest. Yeah. So going back to this fight though, currently odds for this fight: Kevin Holland -300, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk is +235. Yeah, I have a lot of plays on this one. I don't mind the Kevin Holland double chance KO sub at -120. I don't mind Kevin Holland as just a parlay piece at -300, but I personally think Kevin Holland wins this fight in one of the first 2 rounds. So for that to happen, Kevin Holland round 1 or 2 is +130. But even if you don't even feel great about Kevin Holland winning, go back and look how Mikhail Oleksiejczuk wins his fights. It's all in the first round. So I also don't mind the under 1.5 at +120 either. I think those are all pretty solid plays, but I do got Kevin Holland probably knocking Mikhail Oleksiejczuk out probably in the first round, to be honest, because from what I'm hearing, dude, he still doesn't have a camp, and he took this fight on like 3 weeks notice, dude, some shit like that. So it's like, dude, he's going to get cut from the UFC soon, or he at least needs to drop a weight class or something, dude. The Polish power can only carry us so far if you're not really training. So give me Kevin Holland to finish Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Which way are you going here, D-Rose? And I'm going to run and grab something to drink while you break this one, your side down.
Yeah, they said Oleksiejczuk, it was training with his friends or something like that. And
yeah,
that's why he doesn't have a camp, because he's training with his friends. I'm like, so you're just going up in there training with the boys and coming back and get ready for a fight? That's absolutely crazy. I think the big thing is always Kevin Holland. We just don't know what Kevin Holland we're going to get. I remember going into that JDM fight, you know, we were all kind of thinking, man, this is going to be an absolute scrap. And I remember people were so pumped up for that fight. And I remember like about halfway through the first round, all of a sudden everybody's just kind of looking around and boo. And Matt, I believe you were at the fight, and I was like, dude, I didn't think that fight was that bad, but I can see why people were upset with Kevin Holland, because he wasn't necessarily putting his foot on the gas that much. And then coming off the MVP loss, I think, you know, just so disappointing for him, because I do think that he was ready for the moment for MVP. I do think MVP is just a very tricky dude to deal with, that you know, having that type of footwork and kind of that dart in and out is just really hard to deal with. I think Oleksiejczuk is kind of the perfect opponent for him, because Oleksiejczuk, you know, I love the way he fights. You know, he's gritty, always working body punches in and stuff like that. But yeah, he definitely walks forward a lot and kind of walks into danger. And I've been listening to Kevin Holland in some interviews throughout the week, and he's been very confident. He said he actually had a talk with John Jones, and John Jones had told him, man, just use your right hand and you're going to be fine. And he said that he's going to be a lot more confident in kind of using that. I am with you as far as the way I think if Kevin Holland does get a finish is by submission. I don't think that Oleksiejczuk had, I believe if you actually go back and look at his record, I believe all of Oleksiejczuk's losses in the UFC are by submission. So, and then maybe one by decision. If I got that correct, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So,
but he's got a weak body. I feel like he gets hurt to the body a lot. So it's like, Kevin Holland he'll just bang you out at that point.
Yeah, but I believe that he just like against Michel Pereira, he got cracked to the body multiple times. He's still willing to go in there and fight. The dude's an absolute dog. He's not going to quit, but he will be willing to give up a submission over taking the body damage. So I would be willing to play Kevin Holland at its submission, maybe just by itself, but that the double chance submission or points right now is minus 115 on FanDuel. So yeah, I definitely like that. And honestly, Kevin Holland by submission is plus 260. I mean, that's a pretty decent play.
I guess I'm just like, he's probably going to finish him. I'm just going to put the double chance in there because who knows? Who knows?
You just never know with Kevin Holland, man.
Yeah,
you never know which one's going to show up.
I just feel like if like these dudes both said, "Hey, I'm just going to train like with my friends like for this fight," you hear Kevin Holland say that, you're like, "Oh, I thought that's what you were already doing for the most part," because that's what it sounds like you're already doing. You know, it's like everyone that you're trained with is your friend already, as where Mikhail Oleksiejczuk used to have a training camp, and now he's like, I'm just training with my buddies, and you just see him, it's just some fat dude. You're like, oh goodness gracious, Kevin Holland's is just gonna smoke this dude. This is I don't know. I guess I'm a lot more confident in Kevin Holland than I should be this weekend, but hey, I've always been a Trailblazer fan. So let's move on to the co-main event, D-Rose. Another one me and you are split on, which is Paulo Costa taking on Sean Strickland. He's not Tarzan anymore. He don't want to be called that, so I'm not going to call him Tarzan. He's a little tan up there. He is not tanner than Secret Juice Paulo Costa, though. Currently odds for this fight, odds for this fight, minus 250, Sean Strickland, and plus 198 for Paulo Costa. Couple plays that I don't mind for this fight. This fight to start round 3, D-Rose, minus 260. I think that's a solid parlay piece. I also don't mind the over 2.5 at minus 205. The fight to go the distance could get a little tricky. I do think Paulo is in shape and ready to go 5, man. I know there are rumblings that he has staph infection. That may be true, but I guess we'll find out. I can't just believe it. I mean, like, if he has fucking staph infection, I guess I have to count on the doctors to catch that and be like, hey, you can't fight, like they did on his elbow last time when he flew to Abu Dhabi and he had staph on his elbow, and they're like, hey, you can't fight. So hopefully if he did, it's at least, healing at this point and he's all right. So I'm banking on the fact that he is cleared to fight and everything is good. But Paulo Costa plus 198. I like him to win the fight, to be honest. But if you're a Sean Strickland fan, got a few odds for you. Sean Strickland 4-5 or decision at plus 115. I don't hate that. I could definitely see the fight ending Sean Strickland 4-5 or decision at plus 115. But give me Paulo Costa either KO at plus 360 or listen to this prop, D-Rose. Paulo Costa via decision at plus 750. That's worth just the 10, like 10 to win 85 back. That's not terrible. But I'm sticking with Paulo Costa, dude. I think he's going to upset all the Sean Strickland fans all around the world. And hopefully it's via spinning wheel kick to the head, dude, because I think I'm just a Sean Strickland hater, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely do. As said the other day, it is a little bit of the hatred spewing through. I think me personally, I think I was just never, while I'll admit that Paulo Costa is a fun fighter, I never believed in him as far as his upper ability to actually be a top 5 fighter in the middleweight division. Sean Strickland, I do think over time, man, he's kind of like, he's earned it out of me as far as dude, he's a good fighter, man. I mean, if there's anything that we can say about that dude will go in there and he will scrap with just about anybody, win, lose, or draw. And he really goes in there and does the man dance with just about anybody. And I think for Paulo Costa, the biggest thing for me, again, I go back again, when was his last? I believe his last finish was it against Uriah Hall? What was that? 2018?
Who are you asking? Who are you asking about?
For Paulo Costa. Yeah, his last finish
Probably.
wasn't it against Uriah Hall.
However, I mean, there's been some real close ones. There's been some real close times. He probably could have finished Luke Rockhold if he wasn't trying to entertain the fans.
But
if there was
a
few more seconds in the Robert Whittaker fight, dude, he may have knocked out Robert Whittaker, dude.
But let's say this: you even said that after he landed that spinning wheel kick, Robert Whittaker was still standing there and swinging. So even when Paulo,
but he was on like deer legs, that he was still hurt though.
yes, he was hurt. But even with Paulo Costa, a shot that Robert Whittaker did not see coming, and he landed with all his power. He still had Robert Whittaker on wobbly legs, but Robert Whittaker was still coherent enough to strike back. To me, Paulo Costa just does not have the best finishing instinct. And I just don't think that he has a lot of finishing power. And I think that's going to be the only difference that's going to have to separate him from winning, in my opinion. I still think Sean Strickland gets it done. Method of victory, I still think he gets it done by decision. By decision for Sean Strickland, it is at plus 175 on FanDuel right now. I will leave a little bit of room for error because I'll play this in a parlay as well. Sean Strickland, you can do the alternate round betting, and you can get him at round 4-5 finish or by decision, all in the same bet at plus 115 right now. So I'm probably going to be looking to play that in a couple of plays as well. But I'm still going to lean Sean Strickland here. And if anybody's looking at the over, I believe the over right now for FanDuel is plus or minus 205 and the over is minus 2.5. Or over under 2.5. Minus 205. I mean, I maybe play that. Minus 205 might be a little too high for me to play, but yeah, anything starting 3, 4, 5 for fight, go to decision, any of that stuff, I'd like for anybody to play, but those are the two that I'm looking at playing.
Yeah. Strickland is a good fighter. I guess I don't know. I don't know, man. He's just a little irritating. Like, it's like he'll say something and then get his feelings hurt when someone says some shit back to him. It's like, hey, man, like, you can't just say whatever you want and then so you're going to get your feelings hurt now, dude. Like, nah, dude, you guys getting fights. Like, come on, man.
No, he's 100% corny. He's 100% corny. I have no problem admitting that whatsoever, and I think that's a whole ass thing of him to do too. But it just if I can just separate those things and just break it down in terms of the fight, that's just how I see the fight playing out.
Yeah, looks like me and you are.
I think Paulo Costa is a funnier guy.
Yeah,
Paulo Costa is a funnier guy. About 1,000%.
Yeah, me and you are split here. This one probably going to decide it for who eats the beans for us, because the next one I don't think will matter, to be honest. But hey, it's still included. We got Mo Bear saying that man's sensitive. He is indeed sensitive. So we'll move on to the main event of the evening, D-Rose. You excited for this one? We have Dustin, the Diamond Poirier, taking on Islam Makhachev. It's his destiny, legacy, father's plan. Become champion, move up, go to 170, become double champion. It kind of looks like they're both wearing the same sunglasses in the weigh-in photo this morning. So maybe they just handed the one off to the other one as they each weighed in, man. But another tan American top team fighter, Dustin Poirier, and very pasty looking Islam Makhachev. But he always looks like that. Training at the Russian Olympic Training Center this whole time, and I don't want to accuse him of anything, but there's a reason the past couple years the Russians can't compete in the Olympics, and let's just say it was state sponsored as well, and it may have taken place at somewhere. But with that being said, Islam Makhachev via sub -110. Islam Makhachev via finish -270. My exact play for this fight, though, is going to be Islam Makhachev 2-3-4 sub at +240. Because currently odds for this fight, -600 for Islam and +420 Dustin. Yeah, I mean, I can root for Dustin. I can be happy for him if he wins, but I don't see it happening, man. I just, there's just certain things that we can hope for, dude, but I just don't see it. Hey, at the end of the day, it's a fight and anything can happen, and I will be very surprised if it happens. This will probably go on those moments of Juliana Pena beating Amanda Nunes. Like, oh, shit. But, yeah, this one's a tough one for me, man. I know you feel different, or maybe you're just very hopeful. You want to talk about it?
No, I'm feeling it, man. This is an in the moment pick because I'm so in the moment with Dustin Poirier right now, having the opportunity to finish the story, paid in full, and for him to finally lay claim the gold. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm just tired of seeing Islam up there, dude. I just want to see, dude. Let's get an action fighter up there at the champ at 155, dude. I need to see some action fights for the title fights, and I need to see a little bit more activity. Yeah, Islam fought twice a year last year, but look, he fought a featherweight both times, and one of them was on short notice. So, yeah, let's get him a little bit more active against the lightweights, but yeah, I still think that I'm still going to go with Dustin again. Understand that he's got the tall hill to climb, but I think that playing him right now on money line at +390, I will say that line has came down because even before we started,
+390. Who,
dude?
What did Drake bet on fucking Dustin Poirier? Like,
dude,
what happened?
Because before we started the podcast, he was at +410. Like before we started this podcast, because I had the odds pulled up here. So yeah, his money line right now is dropping. Is +390. Still might be looking just to throw a 10 on that, just to try to get the good feels or whatnot. But the play that I'm probably going to be looking at playing the most here, I believe, even in all of Dustin's losses against those high level guys by submission, against Habib and Charles Oliveira, all those came in the third round and later. And the Gaethje, I know the Gaethje finish was early on, but I just don't see Dustin Poirier's defense is really good as far as his striking defense. He wasn't necessarily ready for that head kick from Justin Gaethje, but I do think that's something that he will be ready for against Islam, knowing that Islam came off the head kick finish against Volk in his last fight. So I think he's going to be ready to, for any type of strikes that he could potentially throw. I think for the round props right now, it's the over line is at 1.5, and it's at -166. Probably going to be looking to play that in a bunch of different parlays. Even if you think that Dustin Poirier is going to get finished, I could very well see it happening, maybe later in the fight or whatnot. So, and I think even if Dustin Poirier gets a finish, I believe at the against the Saint Denis, it was about that halfway mark through the second round as well. So, yeah, that -166 line is juicy enough for me to where I'm probably going to be playing it in a couple different parlays.
All right. Looks like we are split on this one. D-Rose going to be eating beans once probably Dustin gets choked out in the third round. That's my thought.
Yeah. Yeah, no, cannot. I cannot.
All right. So with that
it's going to be a clean sweep, baby. You ain't 3 of them.
With that being said, let's get to the change to the cheddar. Let's get to the bets parlays that I have made. D Rose has sent me 2 as well, and then we'll get to the predict the fight game for all the members here on the channel. So with that being said, I personally have 3 $10 parlays and 3 $5 parlays. These are the $10 parlays aren't too wild. The $5 parlays are what we're really trying to hit, to be honest. So would you like me to let you go first, D Rose, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do yours first. You typically have a lot better plays than I do.
Yeah, yeah. This is why they got heated at the face off, the Rose, because uh Dustin Poirier was like something something motherfucker, and then Islam was like, "Hey, in my country, you don't say motherfucker." He's like, "Hey, you don't say that. You don't say." And he got really offended, dude. He was really offended
Dude, he almost
about the
pushed Dustin in the face.
Yeah,
Did you see how
dude.
he like picked up his hand and kind of
Yeah,
put it back
yeah.
down there at the last second? Like, dude, he
Like you
got
wanted to like
absolutely
fucking
fired
smack
up.
him. Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
was like, ah, shit. It's wild, wild,
See
dude. Yeah.
Dustin getting under his skin, baby.
Maybe. But all right, let's get into it. So let's start off with what I like to call the pay for the pay-per-view parlay. It is $10. So if we hit this, we can pay for the pay-per-view with this parlay. It is a 5-leg parlay. It is Andre Lima money line minus 265. The fight to go the distance, Phil Rowe and Jake Matthews at minus 124. Grant Dawson, 3-order decision, minus 165. Jailton Almeida versus Alexander Romanov to go under 1.5. And Cesar Almeida versus Roman Kopilov to start round 2 at minus 330. $10 on that wins $95. So if we can hit that, hey, that pays for the pay-per-view, and that'll be nice. So that's our first $10 5-leg parlay. And we have our 2 on DraftKings now. This is a $10 4-leg parlay. Let me get the banner off the screen so we can see. It is a 4-leg. I like this one's honestly pretty safe, to be honest. It's Kevin Holland by finish. So KO, sub, or even DQ. So even a nut shot, headbutt, anything. We also have Alex Morono and an alternate line of over 1.5 at minus 115. D-Rose, that's why I like DraftKings kind of sometimes on like lines like this, because it's like an alternate line. So Alex Morono and over a round and a half. So it's kind of like as long as it hits over like a round and a half, hey, and he's doing well, that one hits. So that's minus 115. Cesar Almeida versus Roman Kopilov to go over a round and a half. That's an alternate line as well at minus 190. And then Jake Matthews versus Phil Rowe to start round 3 at minus 190. $10 on that wins $81.42. And our last $10 one also on DraftKings is $10 to win 117. That is Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa to start round 4 at minus 175. Kevin Holland by finish minus 115. Jailton Almeida by finish minus 150. Grant Dawson 3-or decision minus 175. And Jake Matthews versus Phil Halls to start round 3 at minus 190. That one is another one that I actually feel pretty solid about, to be honest. So D-Rose, I want to pass it to you. I'll let you do your 2, and then I'll talk about my 3 $5 ones. So I'll pull this one up, man.
Yeah, as I said, I really did like that Kevin Holland by submission or on points, and this is a little $10 bonus bet that I had that I failed on the NBA with. So just trying to get a little bit of juice here. And Sean Strickland round 4 5-or decision at a plus 115, and also again I really do like that over 1.5 in that main event. So you get that minus 166. Put that in 3-leg parlay at plus 544. $10 wins $54. So can't be too mad about it.
All right, I don't hate it. And
then this is just one that as far as me, I just wanted to have one as far as money line that I'm just confident in the fighters to just win the fight solely. So you can maybe say this is my pay for the pay-per-view parlay as well. Playing with a little bit of house money here, of course, but I got Randy Brown at minus 184. I actually could have got him in a better line right now. Alex Morono minus 260 and Sean Strickland minus 250. All money lines at plus 199 in a 3-leg. That gets you $30 to win 89. So not too bad as well. Again, looking to make a few more plays, but those are kind of 2 off top that I feel pretty confident in.
All right. So for my big ones, I have 3 $5 ones that are all to win some money here. So our first one, $5 6-leg, $5 to win $662. It is Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews to start round 3 at -200. Jailton Almeida to win in round 1 or 2 at -105. Alex Morono KO 2 or 3 at +550. Kevin Holland versus Michel Oleksiejczuk. I said Michel Pereira. Michel Oleksiejczuk +120. Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa to start round 4, and Islam Makhachev by sub at -110. And then this one, dude, I feel like has a sneaky chance of hitting. I like to call this my decision doggy parlay, D Rose. How you like this? Jocelyn Edwards by points, Phil Rowe by points, Roman Kopilov by points, and Zeleski dos Santos by points. $5 on that will win $2,205 on the 4-leg by the fighters by points, dude.
Jeez.
If this hits, dude, I'm gonna jump for joy because I'm gonna be like, that's nuts. And the last $5 one that we have, the Big Daddy. It's a 6-leg. Jake Matthews, Phil Rowe to start round 3. Jailton Almeida KO 1 or 2. Randy Brown versus Zeleski to start round 3. Alex Morono KO 2 or 3 at +550. Kevin Holland round 1 or 2, doesn't matter how. And Islam sub 2, 3, or 4, $5 to win $3,188. So that is going to be all the bets that I have. Let's go ahead and get this prize for the predict the fight out of the way, D Rose. I will show the prizes and then I will let D Rose pick the fight. Hopefully it's either the co-main event or the main event, though, because that would be fun. But anyway, here we go. Our prizes for let me go full screen so you guys can see, D Rose. Excuse me for just a moment. So our prizes for this week going to be 2023 Donruss Alexander King Kong Romanov Red Laser out of 75. Alexander Romanov Purple from 2024 Chrome. That's the hobby exclusive. A rookie King Kong Romanov Silver from 2022 Prism. And then he's going to be taking on the Silver Disco Jailton Almeida from 2023 Prism, and that's also his rookie card as well. Jake Matthews, 2023 Chronicles, 34 out of 49. Purple Illusions there. That's also the rookie card. Another rookie Jake Matthews. This your orange. What is it? The Orange Flash from 2023 Select. Phil Rowe, rookie card from 2023 Prism. That's a silver. Just a Khabib in there as well. We got a Islam Revolutions from 2023 Chronicles. That's the Groove Parallel. 2022 Select Tricolor Islam. 23 Donruss Silver Islam. 22 Donruss. I'm sorry. Optic Silver Islam. 2022 Optic Silver Islam, 22 Optic Paulo Costa Silver, Purple 23 Optic, and then Joe Zeleski 2023 Optic rated rookie. So 15 cards, a ton of cards, 15 of them, and also 2 packs from all the blasters, or from any, you guys know what it is, 2 packs from any of the blasters, whether it's mix and match or the same one. So let me get my screen back up here, showed you guys the prize. So after the fight tonight, just check out on the community tab here on the channel. I don't think I need to show you guys, but I'll go ahead and I'll get it pulled up. I'll get it pulled up for a second. But in the meantime, D Rose, what do you think the predict the fight should be for this week?
Man, I had one in mind, but
do not take the
cards
in account, man. Do not, whatever fight you would like to be, just put it that. Don't, whatever the cards are, don't really matter.
Yeah, no. I'll go with the co-main event. I'll go with the co-main event. I do think there's a couple of different ways that that fight could be won. So yeah, let's stick with the co-main event. Let's do Strickland versus Costa.
Okay, I like it. I like it because yeah, there is definitely a few. Man, imagine fucking Paulo Costa spinning wheel kick Sean Strickland. That would be absolutely nuts. I would be like, oh my dude, Paulo Costa might be my new favorite fighter. If he spinning wheel kicks and knocks out Sean Strickland. So anyway,
You're gonna buy like your own secret juice.
right. So anyway, on the community tab for the members, just come by here after change to Cheddar between tonight and tomorrow before the fights, probably tomorrow before noon my time. The members will have a chance. It'll look like this to come here and predict the fight. The instructions are the same as they always are. Predict the fight. And whoever predicts it correctly will win the card shown and 2 packs from, the blasters that I have here. So just like it is every single week, the members have that option. So good luck to all the members. Keep an eye out for a post on the community tab that looks just like this, but it'll be Paulo Costa versus Sean Strickland. So that will be the predict the fight for this week. I just now showed you guys the prize. So hopefully you guys are excited to win that, or at least for us to come back here on Monday and open up packs when one of you win that, because someone should actually get that. Are you guys watching the Dana or Ruben? No, I am not, unfortunately. I am not. Where can I watch that? I have no idea. Okay, Fanatics Live app. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was like, I'm not downloading a whole new app. And then Tim saying, nice pick, D-Rose. That's what's up. Congratulations, man. So with that being said, D-Rose, yeah, that's basically I have it. That's basically everything that I have. Do you have anything anything else you want to talk about while we're here, D-Rose? I know that you oh yeah, I already scheduled the post fight. Hopefully that's all right with you, D-Rose. Right now I have it scheduled for tomorrow night after the fights, I believe at 1:30, but that's just like a rough time. We can push that, move it backward. But right now I have it scheduled for 1:30 tomorrow night after the fights. So hopefully we'll be charged up because something cool will happen. But if not, dude, we're gonna get on here for like 10 minutes and be like, damn, that shit wasn't that great. Because to be honest, dude, the main and co-main are good fights, but dude, the rest of this card, it's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you the other day, dude. I mean, again, I love the 2 top fights, and honestly, I think the main card is pretty solid. I think that's why they tried to put the Morono and the Nico Price fight on there over the Jailton and Romanov fight. But yeah, this pay-per-view, if it went for the top 2 fights, man, this would it'd be rough.
It definitely would be rough. But with that being said, we appreciate all of you guys for stopping by tonight. I know I'm keeping D-Rose up past his bedtime. He's got a family. He's got kids. I'm sure he's tired. He's been up all day working and such. So D-Rose, thank you for coming by, hanging out, giving your picks and plays tonight. My name is Matt. Let's go Paulo Costa this weekend. Let's get that secret juice. Yeah, D-Rose definitely going for DP with his shirt on. So once again, thank y'all for stopping by. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy, and we'll catch you all right here live tomorrow night after the fights. So just after the fights tomorrow night, give us about 15-20 minutes and we'll be here live to give you guys our immediate reaction. So with that being said, we'll catch all of you guys tomorrow night, and we appreciate you guys for stopping by, and peace.